Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So honestly, like it was a few reasons. So one of them is I don't know. I've been like finding signs everywhere that, this was the year to do
Right.
something new. And I don't usually like to be completely honest with you. I don't usually believe a lot in spiritual stuff,
Okay.
but my mother does a lot. And she was like, she studies numerology and signs and stuff like that. And she was like, this year, and she told me this like at the beginning of the year. She's like, this year it's a good year for you to take any business venture.
Right.
Like it's a good like year. And I kept that in the back of my mind, but I didn't really like make much of it.
Uh-huh.
And because I didn't have like an idea or anything in place. And then when I started seeing the ad from Vera, I'm like, it started showing up like multiple
Yeah.
times,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, I kept reading it before I sent that DM. And then I sent that DM. And then I had all of like these fears and worries. But
Uh-huh.
so first I remember that advice from my mother, like I remembered that, like, why would she say this year? She never said it before. And
Okay.
why now? Especially when I am feeling that it's time, because I love my job. I'm good with what I do, but it's really stressful. It's demanding, and I don't feel I'm getting out of it as much as I'm putting in. You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's like
Yep.
so that's why I kept pushing. And to be honest, like at the when we had that first like roadblock, I'm like, maybe this is not supposed to
Right.
happen.
Another sign.
And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I don't know. Honestly, I'm just like I want to do something for me. I want to do something. I want to invest. I want to do something that is gonna, help me at least achieve some of my dreams, because I don't think that like the path I'm on right now, it's gonna give me a good life, but it's just like a plateau, you
Right.
know?
Right.
It's like not really gonna
Like
help
this is
me.
it. This is it now. Yeah.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Like I will have that routine, I will have a good life, but this is it. I can't dream bigger. I
Yes.
can't, you know, like I'll always feel like I'm constrained or like in a box, kind of. I can
Even
live in that
settled a
box,
little
but
bit. Yeah.
mm,
Maybe even settled a little bit.
exactly, 100%. So when I saw this, I really loved, as I told you, the business model. I really loved what you did. Definitely, yeah, had my ups and downs, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Something kept telling me to push through. You helped for sure.
Yeah.
I have, I
Yeah.
have to, I have to give you that. Your messages came like at the right time.
Right.
You said the right things.
Right.
So
Well, I'll be
you
sure
definitely
to do
helped.
that for anyone you introduce me to as well.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's my role. One day I won't have to. One day you girls are going to have this huge team. You don't even need me. But for now,
Hmm.
I'm here. For now,
Yeah, thank
I
you.
help. I help us build something big over there in Canada because yeah, I want to come over there. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, it's a good market.
it's open. It's the leads are so cheap. Vero's ad is so simple. It's just a picture with writing, and so many people every day ask her for information. For us, them not work anymore. We need to get so creative over here. So,
Yeah.
but creative's fun anyway. Like if that's the price we pay for freedom, who cares? What else are we going to do anyway? So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I
um,
agree.
your goals and desires that you would have to settle on if you stayed doing what you do, what are those? Again,
If you mean like if I just like kept
no.
doing my
What is it that you want?
what is it that I want? Honestly, I just want a little bit of financial
Hmm.
freedom or room
Hmm.
to kind of first do the things that I like,
Yeah.
like splurge myself here and there.
Yeah.
And the second most important is definitely supporting my parents. As I mentioned, they did have a setback recently
Uh-huh.
and they lost like a lot of their fortune. So I feel kind of that added to the pressure that, I want to be able to have that. a little bit of excess to share.
How did this happen? Can I ask what's happened for your family? Don't know.
Yeah, it's actually it was beyond anyone's control. It's political shifting.
Wow.
Yeah, that left them with yeah, with like without their fortune, without their house, they had to flee.
Okay. Where is
So
it? Where
from
are you, your family from? Where are you from? Not
Syria.
okay. You don't look Canadian, so
Yeah, Syria.
Syrian.
So Middle
Ah,
East. Yeah.
ah, amazing. How long have you been in Canada? A long time or?
I've been in Canada for 2 years, but before that I was in Dubai, and before that I was in New York. So I've been also all over the place since the war
Hey.
broke out back home.
Okay, beautiful. And you like Canada? It's been your favorite out of the bunch, or not sure? Or
Still not sure, but
okay,
I do. I mean, I love the lifestyle. I love Canadians. They're really one of the nicest people I've lived with.
okay, that's good.
So yeah, yeah,
Do
it's
you
been
see
interesting
yourself living that nomadic life?
for sure.
Oh yeah,
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think that's another reason, why I like having that, kind of freedom,
yeah.
because I love to be like traveling, but also I love to be, productive at the same time. Does that make
Good. Yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. If I'm
Yeah,
traveling and I'm not actually building something, it makes me a little bit anxious, like falling
exactly.
behind or something, So I get that 100%. So your ideal client, what do you think she's like?
A client?
Yeah, the people that you're going to essentially prospect, your leads, the girl out there that doesn't even know maybe she's meant to start an online business, but she sees your ad. What kind of girl is she, do you think? What does she want to do?
Okay, I think first of all, like she has to be ambitious,
Hmm.
like someone who's looking for more.
Hmm.
And I think a risk taker, there's definitely, someone who's willing to get out of their comfort zone. Because I know a lot of people fall into that trap of like, let's be content with what we have, and why, take a risk when, it's enough with what we have. And that actually resonates with something you said
Okay.
that kind of just clicked with me,
Hmm.
which is if you don't take it, then you're going to be exactly the same like a couple of years from now. But if you do and it works out, you're not.
Right.
And like, yeah, and it's always, yeah, I think that's one of the things that should be in the client, or at least that's how I imagine,
Right.
like they need to have like be ready to take that risk, even if we have to support them.
Yes.
They need to be looking for change. They need
Yes.
to be willing to change, and then they need to have a really like set goal and desire to change, like what is it they're looking for.
Mm. And what do you think if they could design their ideal life or their perfect day or their perfect business, what would that look like?
If I'm being completely honest with you, I think it's the same for everyone.
Right?
It's like have a income, whether passive or whatever, but as much as you can,
Yeah.
and work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of, the same. Everyone wants to have an income, make money, enjoy life, but not be doing like 50, 60 hours a week
Right.
to just get enough.
So th so this
So
so this girl understands she's still going to have to do some work. It's not just gonna
exactly.
she gets paid to do nothing and takes pretty pictures, right? It's going to be 2 hours a day at the cafe with their laptop doing some focused work that's making an impact, helping others, but then closing the laptop and saying, "Okay, what adventure am I going on today?"
Exactly. And that's why I mentioned like being productive, not just like living aimlessly. At least like for me, I can't live aimlessly.
No.
I want to build something. I want, whether my own or help someone build something. I always, yeah, had this idea of like, make your own business or help someone make their business, but don't stay in the same place.
Yes. Amazing. Well, I think what we need to do is we need to find 100 girls similar to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if we
Yeah.
can find 100 girls who are ambitious, who are thinking about starting something new, but they don't necessarily want to build something from scratch, maybe they've thought about it, but they've never acted on it because it's just so many variables of things that they need to figure out. So they're like, oh, maybe
Mm-hmm.
next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that is the person that we want to call in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because if you can find 100 in the next whatever it is, year, 2 years, 3 years, everyone's different. But if you just find your core 100 girls from there, that will create 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
I
And,
just found my 100 guys who were stuck on job sites. They were working construction. They made good money, but they had no lives. They wanted to do the things that they were passionate about and they wanted to provide for their partners and travel, but they couldn't because they were stuck in their job. I just found 100 of them. And then those 100 have now found 10,000, plus.
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's all we got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. And I think, yeah, I think it's doable. I think there's a lot of young, intelligent people out there that, are looking for a way in, but they may not know how or when. Like I did. Like I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know how or when. And I wasn't ready to build something from scratch myself.
Yes. And you get to be
Mhm.
that moment of inspiration like your mum was to you.
Exactly. Exactly. For sure. For sure.
And the goal would be to have, I would love for you to have 10 girls every day saying, hey, I would like to make money online. How does this thing work?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then your role is almost like an advisor. You're not there to sell them. You're not there to
Mm-hmm.
convince them. They need to convince themselves. So you
Mm-hmm.
have some set questions to figure out where they're at. How urgent is this for them? Is it a priority? And then offer them the information and get them to commit some time to watching it and seeing if it's for them. And then simply asking them what they liked most about it and can they see themselves doing this? And if they say yes, you say, awesome. Let me introduce you to my friend from Australia, Brody. He's going to help us build something big over here. That's the process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. And I liked that. Yeah. Vera did the same with me. And
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. I liked how she changed the conversation to focus on me
Yes.
rather on this or her or whatever,
Yes.
she's offering.
Yes. Because exactly, it doesn't matter that it's Kangen water or that it's people don't they do care about that, but what they care about is their own problem and their goals. This
Mm-hmm.
is just the solution to help them achieve that, but it wouldn't have mattered if as long as someone thought that that opportunity could help them achieve their goals, they're going to do it.
Exactly.
It's just a
100%. Yeah.
it's just a bonus that it's great products that we can use.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And actually, Brody, like this is maybe a question for the future later on,
right.
but were you also considering other countries?
Okay. Yeah.
Were you like considering also expanding to other countries or regions?
Myself or for you?
Yeah, or the company for me, because
Oh,
I
good.
like just thinking later on, I have a lot of connections outside Canada
Let's
as
go.
well.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like when I was in Dubai, because most of my family is now based in Dubai, and I have a lot
Yes.
of connections there. So I was mentioning this to them, and I think there's a very good market there
There is.
because people value their health
Yeah.
and they
You can
don't
afford it.
and they can afford it. They don't care how much they pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead, but
It's not.
ever
You
since
should
we
jump
had this
ahead.
conversation,
You
ever
should
since
jump
we
ahead. Yeah.
we thought about this, I'm like, I think that's the perfect market. But there, it might be a bit of a different model because I mean, the people who will help us sell is not or purchase it and work on that are not necessarily the end users.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are gonna agree and accept to get those machines, but they don't want to, they want to get it as the end user and they don't want just to like have an ID and help
Right.
other people.
Yes. Completely understand. Um, So there is a market in Dubai. It's a great market. There's a head office
Mm-hmm.
there. You can go check it out yourself and build a relationship
Mm-hmm.
with people there. Um, and I've got connections there with someone who's got quite a large team in Dubai as well, so I can help out with.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, perfect.
yeah. So, and they're not going to do the social media side. They don't need to. They're already successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But having high quality water, some of them are still interested in the business model. If they can tell a friend to get paid for it, they're not going to say no to the money.
For
But
sure.
it's probably not going to be their primary source of income. But in Dubai, now you start to open up the possibility that you tell somebody, he tells someone, he knows someone building a skyscraper. It's a wellness apartment. So every apartment can have a K8 in it, and that's all linked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. 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 So yeah, that's just something because exactly that's what I was thinking. Like part of my family works in with developers and in developing. So exactly, it's like when
yes,
they have all these like new towers coming and they subcontract and they want to put the best things in there.
done.
So yeah,
Good.
just an idea.
We can make it happen. And we can put like our goals, we can record it, we can put that into AI, and AI can help us create something that helps us explain this to anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I,
Yep.
I will
Yep.
take this call and I will transcribe this call. I'll put it into AI and I'll say, give me some ideas and pillars that could help her create her first ad. Because we've talked about your ideal client, we've spoken about who we want to help, and AI can use it, understands everything about marketing. It'll help make your ad. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That
And
would
then
help for
you
sure.
just put your soul into it because maybe it looks a bit robotic, but it's going to give you the flow, like the intro to the story, to the discovery, to the call to action. And you can say, okay, now I can see how my story is an ad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. I like that.
Yeah. And there's different styles of ads. There's obviously the speaking ad, which is always the scariest. Like, oh, who's going to want to see me talk? Who am I? Rah, rah. But people just want real people, right?
Yeah.
And then there's Vero style, which is go do something that you love, capture a photo, edit it, and put some writing over it. And we could
Mm-hmm.
ask AI based on our conversation and this picture of Vero's ad, if we want to recreate this for your ideal client, what would we say? And it will tell you what to say. It's
Mm-hmm.
very good
Perfect.
times. Yeah. So, and then there's the other style where it's B-roll. So it's like videos of whatever, and you're just speaking over it, but you can't see you, and there's captions. That's an option as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that too. Yeah.
So, can you hear that dog? That's so annoying across the road. Oh, you
No, 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 no.
okay?
I can't.
Perfect. All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
lovely. Um, do you have an Online Empires account yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so there's a training platform. Where did you get finance? Medicard or separate?
Line of line of credit.
Okay, and did you just get it for the products or did you get it for the Online Empires as well?
I just got it for the product. For the online, I will pay.
Okay, so then you can pay monthly. Just pay for it for as long as you're using it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you do all the training and you because you have options, you can use the platform to sell for you, or you can just send a video directly to someone like a YouTube link, and then they don't see the platform, and then they can invest in it when they need the training. That's going to be up to you. I'm not
Okay.
here trying to sign you up to something forever. If you're making money from it and you're signing people up, because you make money when you sign people up to that as well, cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're having a conversation with someone, and I'll give you the whole script of what to say, and you just say it in your own way. And then they've said, yes, I would love to check out the business blueprint to see if this is for me. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
send them your personal link. So it looks all professional. They take it serious. They can see there's like a whole course website here. They didn't have to put in their card details, just their name and their email. All they're going to see is here, start, right? Now, We
Mm-hmm.
see a lot more because I'm a paid member, right? So I see all the training.
Mm-hmm.
But someone brand new, you don't want to overwhelm them with all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to show them these three modules here.
Okay.
That's all they're going to see if they've got a free account. They don't see anything else. And in the business blueprint is right here is the brand new 60-minute presentation.
Uh-huh.
Have you
Mm-hmm.
seen this one or did you see an old one?
I think you sent me this one. Is this the one? Yes, it's this one.
Right. So you
No,
seen, all right. So you didn't watch one that was just in Australian dollars. You seen one in US dollars?
I think so. There's what the one that you sent like 3, 4 weeks ago. So if this is newer, it's not. But if it's the same timeline, then yes, this is the one.
Um, let me-
This is the one. This is the one. Yes,
okay,
yes, US
perfect.
dollar. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fantastic. So that's the one they're going to watch. This is perfectly set up for you because anyone in the
yeah.
world can understand US dollars. Um,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, the total amount, the investment, it's not a direct conversion from US to Canadian or US to Australian. Otherwise, it would be way more expensive. So that is something to be mindful of if you're speaking to someone, you know they've watched the presentation, maybe letting them know, hey, just so you know, it's probably less than what maybe
Mm-hmm.
thought it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be. I mean, not everybody goes to Google and says, what's 10,000 US to Canadian? Like they don't all do that. They usually don't care because they're not thinking, we're not trying to get people to focus on the whole loan amount. It's on the monthly repayments. And then how many referrals do you need to make to pay that monthly repayment anyway?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, lesson two, there's some really powerful testimonials in here from different people who said yes to an Enagic and what it's done for them.
Mm-hmm.
And lesson three is all about the water. So let's say they want to geek out on the water. They want to see what sports scientists are saying, doctors and nurses, and what the machine does. A real green type personality that wants to understand it all. Go through this and check it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Perfect.
So I just wanted to show you that when you're sending your link to someone, that's what they're going to see. Now, once you've started with the business, this is all you got to look at is the Ignite section. And you don't have to do every module. I'm going to tell you
Mm-hmm.
which ones are worth doing. Um,
Okay.
and it's just the getting primed for success module.
Mm-hmm.
And then have I been sending you the sales mastery trainings I've been making recently or not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And are you in my Telegram chat yet? My team chat? Okay.
No.
Perfect. So all I need you to do is getting primed for success, and then I'm going to send you the videos to watch to know exactly what to say to people when they come in, and that's all you got to do for now.
Okay. Perfect.
Easy done. Perfect. All
Okay.
right. So on this call, we know that yes, you can go to Dubai. We've got a fair idea of the type of ads that we're going to create, and I'm going to put this call into AI and see what it tells us to do, and then I'm going to give that to you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I'll get Vero to send you her link for the 99 a month. Cancel anytime. If you're not using it, just cancel it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then anytime you've finished whatever I've said is a good idea to do, just say, Brody, I'm done. What's next?
Perfect. I like that. I love
Perfect.
that.
Done. I know this went a little bit over 20 minutes, but I could tell you value this information. You're going to do really well. So that's why I shared it with you.
Perfect. No, I do, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. No, I love guidance. I love to take from other people's experience. I don't mind at all.
Okay, fantastic. Well, this is going to be easy.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All
Thank you,
right.
Brody.
Enjoy your evening.
Okay.
Bye bye. Ciao.
Thank you, chat. Bye-bye. Bye.